Hello, good people. How's everyone doing? Trust that everyone is doing well, enjoying their Independence Day weekend. Trust that everyone had a good 4th of July, a great Independence Day. I myself had a good day, had a good extended weekend and all. So, yeah, glad to be here. Anyway, I am Chris Bridges. Thanks for tuning in. If you will, please hit that like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. That would be you showing me a little bit of support, right? And I appreciate that. Um, let's see. As we talk about, as we discuss my financial journey and what have you. So, um, lost my train of thought. It's all good. My sinus is acting up, so bear with me if I do a little bit of sniffling and what have you. It's the sinus acting up. I took my meds this morning, but apparently, for some reason, everything is not working as it should. But that's okay. All is well. All is well. At least in my mind, it is. With that being said, I'm plan not to be long on today. Ready to go chill out, relax, and kick back to my recliner next to the missus and enjoy the rest of our close out of this extended weekend, right? So anyway, when I was in my thoughts on this week, even though it was a short work week, met a few people on this week, had some good conversations, and I think my first good conversation was with a young man. He was 16 years old, and he was telling me that he's working on getting his GED. So before he said that, right, as he was talking, I could see the young man was kind of sharp, had some good sense in his head. The guy he was with was saying he's already graduated and that he's looking forward to going to school to be an engineer. I said, okay. So then I asked the other guy, I said, how about you? He said, well, I'm working on getting my GED. I said, okay, so how old are you? He said, I'm 16. I say, why are you getting your GED versus finishing school? Well, I want to fast track it and go ahead and get to the things that I want to do in life. I said, okay. So what are your plans? He said, well, my granddad just helped me start I don't know if he say start an IRA or get busy investing, what have you. So anyway, he said 16. Says granddad set him up with a custodial account. I said, how much did he start you with? He said, oh, he dropped 100 in there. I said, okay, did you match that? He said, well, I put 250 on top of it, and we put it all into VOO. I thought that was quite impressive to be 16, interested in investing, and he started with VOO. VOO is Vanguard's version of the S&P 500, so it's a pretty good ETF to be in. Anything in the S&P 500 is a good option, but to be 16, and he said, I already have a job, and my plan is to put in $450 a month. I had to commend the man. I had to stop what I was doing, shake his hand, commend him, and let him know if you stick to your game plan, in 1 decade you'll be pretty squared away and taken care of. 2 decades you will be set for life, and if you continue to invest your financial knowledge, it won't take that long. Anyway, I just wanted to share that story because I thought that was pretty awesome. I was glad that our paths had crossed, right? And then I met another young man on this week. Ouch, something on my hand irritated me. Met another young man this week, and he was saying that he has his own, what do you say, investing firm, where he oversees folks' investment portfolios. So it's pretty good. So I asked him how old he was. I think he was like 35. And he went on to say that, excuse me for that. I tell you my sinus is acting up. He went on to say that, I think he said he oversees like a little bit over 50 portfolios, retirement funds. He oversee like 50 different retirement funds. Um, I said, you need help with that, right? He said, well, I had 3 partners, and I bought them out. Thought that was impressive. And he said, and I'm close to 100 million in funds that I oversee. I said, wow, that's pretty good. So then we had a conversation about investments, and different routes that different strategies that he employs with the retirement funds that he oversees, and different strategies that I was sharing that I employ, and I was sharing how I always, more or less, I work with 3 different strategies at one time, at all times, because that's what works for me. That works for me based on the timing that I've been doing this, based on the things that I've learned, and the gains that I see from utilizing 3 different strategies at one time. And I have a few different portfolios that I work those strategies from, and it allows me to adjust and pivot and what have you to you know to grow my wealth. Is what we're always talking about here, right? It's by growing your wealth. It's about building your financial knowledge. So we had a few other things that we discussed, but bottom line is it was an awesome conversation, and I was grateful that again our paths had crossed. Met a few other people on this week, and had a few other great conversations, but those 2 really stuck out to me. Wanted to share it. The key takeaways from that would be I'm always saying that man, I left my tablet in the front room. Excuse me. I'm always saying it's always about consistency. Consistency means continually to DCA, make your investments, right? Continue to make your investing into your investments. That is whether you're doing it weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, whatever it is you're doing, you need to have a set amount, and you need to be doing it on a regular basis. And if you do this over time, it will pay off. If you continue to build your financial knowledge over time, it will, with being consistent, being consistent, excuse me, will pay off. Continue to build your financial knowledge on top of the consistency will greatly pay off sooner rather than later. Okay, I said all of that, and then what else going on this week? If you've been paying attention to anything in the financial world, then you know all of the indices, all of the index, they're all been a crazy week in the markets, right? Especially the crypto market. It's been crashing, taking huge dips, right? But if you've been doing this for a while, when I say a while, if you've been doing this for at least 4 years, then hopefully you have the good sense to know it was creating outstanding buying opportunities, right? If you understand that, then you take advantage of it. If you don't understand that, then you might be a moment for you to pause and reevaluate what it is you're doing. But hopefully you don't want to just jump ship and sell because you have a position that is in the negative. Before you jump ship and sell, do a little research to figure out what is going on. Is this maybe a necessary pullback? Is the crypto market going to be turning around, and why? And the time period that is expected to do so. So if you've been doing this, you know about the Bitcoin halving process that happens every 4 years. One before last was in 2000. This previous halving we just had was in April. I looked up the date. I thought it was the 24th. Pulled up the calendar. It was pretty sure it was the last Friday in April, and I think that was the 29th. And then if you understand what happens over the next 12 to 18 months after that, and then if you understand that Bitcoin usually hit its new all-time highs, its top peak after that having about 300 days from the initial halving, right? So that will put us into 2025, right? So you don't want to just jump ship and dump all your crypto if you're in the red prior to 300 days, right? So basically you have between, like, off the top of my head, I would say around February through probably August, September. August, September, I plan to have, really taking profit, okay? It's my plan. You got to do what's best for you. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a fiduciary. I'm just a guy here on YouTube sharing the little bit of things that I have learned, the nuggets, the tips that I have learned since I started my journey in March of 2020. So that was crypto, right? So my favorite cryptos you can't lose the number 1 and 2. Number 1 is what? Number 1 crypto is Bitcoin. Number 2 crypto is Ethereum. Don't even have to put up a chart to know that. It's just the way it is. And it's a great thing, right? It's a great thing to know it and to know what they can do. The expectancy for Bitcoin this cycle, low end is 80K and upper end is around 110K or better. So it's on you as to when you choose to start taking profit. Again, I will share that I learned from one of my mentors here on YouTube. He taught me years ago that build a nice, strong position, and you can start taking profit in stages versus trying to, for an example, I'm gonna use a stock for an example, but what was it? Well, we talk about crypto. We can use crypto for example. Bitcoin was in the 60s for a while, right? 61 to 63 for a while, then 63 to 67 for a while, then it popped up to 73, right? Prior to the halving. So, an illustration or an example of taking profit in stages, right? If you had bought Bitcoin between 15.9 and 23K, you might have decided to start taking profit when it got up to 68, right? 69. Could have took a quarter of your position, could have sold a quarter of your position, take profit, right? And then when it got up to 73, you could have taken another quarter or half, what have you. And then when it dropped back down to the low 50s, then you would have dropped your profit back in, ride it back up to 73 or 80K or whatever the case may be. But you don't have to, my point is, you don't have to sell. If you have a nice, decent, strong position, then whether it be stock or crypto, you could sell off in waves, sell a quarter at a time to see if it's going to go higher. Go up another grand or what have you, or another $2,000, or if it's a stock, it go up another $200. You sell another quarter, it go up another 500. Then you sell another quarter, and then you hold on to that last quarter to see how high it's going to go before it starts to fall and declining, right? Just a thought. Can't tell you what to do with your hard-earned money. It's just a thought. So that was just a nutshell talking about crypto. Then we know that NVIDIA has just done its split, right? Chipotle just done its split, right? So a lot of folks are saying it's a great time to start DCAing into NVIDIA. Great time to start DCAing into Chipotle. I myself am choosing to DCA into both of them, but I already had strong positions, and those are just my thoughts. Why NVIDIA? AI, right? And NVIDIA has the best chip out there, right? It's by far the best AI chip out there on the market. There are some other up-and-comings, AMD, Intel, what have you, but nobody is in comparison to NVIDIA. So, it's just a thought. I've been listening to some of my mentors talk about Amazon and Google. Both are beasts, both are growth stock, and both have their hands in, at least Google for sure has his hand in AI and what have you. Um, but yours truly, myself, I've been screaming Amazon and Google since I started this journey. I couldn't afford it in 2020 and 2021. Tail end of 21 when it started crashing, as the market was crashing, I could afford some and started picking up a share or two, and it fell another 500, fell a total of $1,000 before it split. But anyway, I really like Amazon. I really like Google. I really like Shopify. I'm going to say I really like Tesla and Microsoft and IBM. But I digress. I'm gonna leave that alone. There's a lot of great things going on out there. Who was I finna reference? Trapper. Trapper has been dropping some really great gems in his shorts and in his videos. If I were you, I would look up Wall Street Trapper. He's been dropping some great knowledge. Chris Sane has been dropping some great knowledge. Smart Money Bro has been dropping some great knowledge. I always talk about the Stock Squad. My go-to guy, Larry Jones, he's always dropping gems. He's always straight dropping, in my opinion, great knowledge. In my opinion, he's very transparent. In my opinion, he makes great recommendations, and he's always sharing tips and nuggets of how to, one, better understand the market, two, how to understand and read trends. He make recommendations of how to do research, where to do research at. He provides his class with the Stock Squad. So again, I was saying the Stock Squad consists of Larry Jones, Stocks with Josh, Stock Mo, Keaton Grace. All four excellent wealth of knowledge can really help you advance your financial knowledge, which in turns help you to really take advantage of growing your wealth. The name of the game is growing your wealth. I heard something earlier on today. I won't even share where I heard it or why I heard it or how I heard it, but I heard something earlier today. What was that? And that was, you cannot count on your government to take care of you, come to save you, come to rescue you. Two folks you can count on, yourself and the Lord. It's Sunday, you got Sunday inspiration, but I personally am in relationship with the Lord, and I know the blessing and the benefit thereof. So I encourage anyone, it's good to have a relationship with the Lord. To me, I think faith goes hand in hand with understanding the market and understanding how it works. I had several conversations with folks over the past year, and when I share different things, what I've come to understand and what's going on in the market, both stock and crypto, and they're like, well, I'm glad you have that conviction, and I hope it works out for you. I can understand what they mean when they say conviction. But it's just research. You can research how long the stock market has been around. You can research how many millionaires the stock market has made. Okay, you don't want to be a millionaire. That's all well and great, right? But what you do want to do is make life-changing money to turn your financial situation around for yourself, to turn your financial situation around for your spouse, to turn your financial situation around for your kids and for your grandkids. It could be that easy. It could be that simple if you just begin to delve into the market, if you begin to get off the sideline and get in the game. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Fine. Don't take my word. Try it for yourself. If you don't try it for yourself, you don't know. But if you try it for yourself, you get in, you start seeing, you start learning, you start growing, you start seeing your money grow. Then you're like, that little skinny bald head fella, he knew what he was talking about. But it's not that he knew what he was talking about. He was just trying to pass knowledge and gems that he picked up. They say knowledge is power. So I could go on and on and on, but I want to enjoy the close out of my weekend, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. My whole goal and motivation on this evening was to come in, share some things that have helped me out on this week, share some things to inspire you to get busy on continuing to grow your wealth, continue to DCA, dollar cost average, continue to drop funds into your investment, into your brokerage account, continue to build it, right? Whether you're using Webull, whether you're using Moomoo, whether you're using Robinhood, I have all of those that I just stated. Whether you're using Charles Schwab, I has that as well. Whether you're using Fidelity, whosoever it is you're using. My favorite is Robinhood. That's my favorite, right? My number 2 is Crypto.com, right? Why? Because it's a crypto brokerage account, and they carry a lot of different cryptocurrencies that you can invest in, right? Not Robinhood is my number 1 favorite because it was who I started with. Excuse me. Actually, I started with Ameritrade a few years before that, but I wasn't really in the game. I just picked up a couple of shares of 2 different stocks that different folks I work with were hammering on. But Robinhood really is where I had my first start. From Robinhood to Crypto.com, eventually into Webull and Moomoo. Ended up with a couple of wallets. But my point is, get busy, get in the game, download your brokerage account. If you want to be kind to me, in my bio, I have a link for Robinhood, I have a link for Webull, I have a link for Moomoo, and I believe I have a link for Crypto.com. Doesn't matter whose link you use, you're going to get something free. Everybody is trying to help everybody get in the game. When I say everybody, all of these brokerage accounts is trying to get you to come their way. So pretty much most everybody have something free they offer. Except for the big boys like Charles Schwab, no need for them to offer anything. They've been around for a long time. They're a bad boy. Track record speak for themselves. Same as with Fidelity. But yeah, so you want to get in the game. You want to get off the sideline. You want to start growing your financial wealth. You want to put a portion of your money to work. And the whole idea behind, the whole intent behind putting a portion of your money to work, your money in the markets, your money will work 24/7. Your money will work when you're working. It will work when you're sleeping. It will work when you're on vacation. It will work on the weekend. It will work on holidays. Your money will work nonstop. And eventually, when you continuously, consistently put a portion of your hard-earned money to work in the markets, sooner or later, that money will outwork your annual salary. Sooner or later, compound interest, and as the market goes up over time, it will greatly replace your annual salary. So you will have somewhere to pull funds from when you have life happening around you, right? You need money for down payment on a house, or you need money to eliminate all your debt, or you need money to replace a car or to fix a car, or you need money to put your child or sponsor your grandchild through college. Well, when you've been in it in a decade or a couple of decades, it will make life quite simple, quite rewarding. So I was looking for a golden way to tie it all up, but I'm looking at my count there, and it's time for me to go enjoy the rest of my weekend. So I won't even attempt to tie a bow on it, wrap it all up. I'm just gonna say, you guys take care. Enjoy the rest of your the close out of your weekend. Wish you all the best. Wish you nothing but success in your investing and in your trading. And with that being said, take care and be blessed continually, my friend.